Ah, hello, 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 hello. Hello. Alright, let me just make sure my stream's up and running. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, sounds good. Right, got that on mute. Okay. Okay. Right, Council, episode 3. Didn't enjoy episode 2 at all. I'm pretty much only playing this because I bought the season pass, but I'm hoping episode 2 is just a big build up for episode 3, and hopefully 3 won't be as bad. Fingers crossed. Let's find out together, shall we? But yeah, I've been playing Spider-Man. It's so good. Such a game. Really, really good. What else have I been playing? Oh, The Walking Dead. Obviously, I stream that. You see that. If you're wondering why I'm starting it from here, it's I pretty much turned it on and it started from here. So, there was no sort of play episode 3. It just come on. So you've only missed like a word and their subtitles. I've moved my camera. I've put my head down here again, like in the bottom right, because I noticed in my old videos that's what I've done. So I'm assuming this ain't important in the top right. Oh, and I've turned notifications off for the trophies as well, so hopefully you won't get that big annoying black box up in the corner. Although I may need to change controller at some point. I have another one raring to go. But anyway, we'll deal with that when we get to it, yeah? Yeah. The Council, episode 3. Okay. Oh, no, just...
Is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with 2 faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget...
Why aren't their mouths moving? Is this meant to be, like, scary and deep? They're talking with their thoughts. Or is it just fucked up? Is it just not loaded properly? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're all stood here.
There you are, please.
Last thing I remember is we was playing as his mum, and then we walked down a walkway thing, and then I think that was the end, wasn't it? But I don't know. It was a while ago. It's been a while. Okay, let's give me skill points, y'all. I can do 3 of them. Manipulation. Oh, God. Manipulation, right. So I need a lot on manipulation. Is there anything I don't need a lot on? Everything, really. Every little thing. Conviction. Do I have conviction? Etiquette. Science. Logic. Subterfuge. So I can pretty much do anything then, yeah? Really? Alright, let's go manipulation. Diversion, subterfuge, logic, science, logic. I've got one more. Science, okay, subterfuge is diversion. Okay, let's go diversion. Right, well I'm good. It says start down here, but I can't see the rest because my head's in the fucking way. Do I do this now? No. How do I... Aha. There we go. Had to hold square. Good guess, good guess. The Council. Episode 3, Ripley's. The ripples in the ponds.
Louis?
Sir?
Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Mr. President, you really shouldn't get involved. Please be on your way. I'll take care of this. You didn't come this way and you didn't see anything.
You're right, it's for the best. If Sarah did that, I don't know what kind of hornet's nest she's kicked open. But I do wish you luck, my friend.
Cheers, Presidente.
Oh, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Best favour you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Look, I don't mind following you, but I should warn you. I have no idea what this is all about, so I can't make any promises as to what I might do. I shall make my decision after the debate, when the time comes.
Ah, very well. As you wish. You will see once you hear everything. But given the situation, I think you will have everything to gain by joining Mortimer's side. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Look for clues about Sarah.
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here?
Ooh. Key with a something.
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks. His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
I don't want to waste them.
Mother, if this is your doing, the situation is getting worse and worse.
I don't want to waste my points.
Leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while. Leftover food. An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm. Someone's made a fire here. And the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand. I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
Is there a run? Well, that's where I came in, I guess. Item not picked up. I can't remember how you take them. I've got 5 of these.
Carmelite water.
There we go. Oh, I better get out of here. Better get out of here. Oh, should I go back to the gate then? Oh, I can't go back in now. Okay. Oh, I can't remember how I got in here. There's a thing there. Thank you. I can't remember what the things do, you know. Let's have a look. Golden elixir kills negatives. Temporarily reveals immunities. Next skill use is free. Right, I've got to remember to push up before I use my skills next. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Now attend the conference. Where is the conference? Exactly. Upstairs? I can't remember, it's been too long. And I don't care, do you know what I mean? Why wouldn't they just put me in the meeting? You know, this isn't really gameplay, is it? Just walking around. All my snakes out and about, you must be hungry. You want some food? You want some food? You want some food?
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Monsieur de Richet, you are expected at the conference. Please take the door to your left to join the guests.
Ah. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. But the thing is, right, I can't imagine it was just me that complained about episode 2. And episode 3 thus far has been loading screens and walking. Oh, and an intro where the mouse didn't move. That wasn't explained. I don't know. It might get better.
Respect to any other totally wrong, I assure. I have suspected it.
I think the trouble is, well, the new Walking Dead's out, isn't it? Only the first episode, but I was only playing this to waste time until a decent, you know, Telltale game came out. But yeah, I'm just playing this now. Obviously, I'm waiting for episode 2 to come out, but I don't know. I've not read the reviews online or whatever, but I've not been impressed.
Devil's Thorn.
At all. I mean, I liked the first episode, otherwise I wouldn't have bought the season pass. But if I'm honest, I didn't think the first episode was brilliant.
Amber.
I didn't think the first episode was brilliant. I just thought it had a lot of potential. You know, I thought the second one would be fantastic. Who am I talking to? Dorishi. Should we talk to El Presidente?
But with respect to any other leading... Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found. and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well. Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Right, immunity, science. So science is no good, okay. A house, that one. Politics, questioning. Where does his project extend? How far does his project go? His weakness won't be politics. Let's try this.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
That's a train, if you heard that.
My friends, I propose we get started.
I'm looking forward to this. A political meeting with world leaders. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty sweet. If done right.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
It seems obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wanted to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
I'm sorry about the fate of the King of France, Duke Manuel. However, I'm surprised at your remark. How can a man like me have changed the course of things where a man like you, powerful, capable of influencing international politics, was unable to do any better?
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the East Coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France.
Sorry. I hate the way they've got big collars, and every time they turn their head, their collars like disappear, and their like face occupies the space, you know. And I could understand if like I was dressing them, like if this was Grand Theft Auto or something. Do you know what I mean? You have lots of different costumes. They can't animate everything. These are set characters in set attire, you know.
Namely, all of Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Not that it matters,
But,
just winding me up.
well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sail, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Is that what I'm talking to? I think so. To be discovered. It's gonna cost me a lot of fucking points though, isn't it? Each one gives me a free choice? Is it up? Next skill use free.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
A dark horse?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
France will protect the Christians. France does not need to seek the Pope's opinion. Who am I talking to? Bible guy. Not him. Is it him I'm talking to? Must be him. Vulnerability questioning. Right, which one's questioning? Questioning. Right, the knuckle duster. Oh, it's not there.
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests, as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
A grave error? You threatening me? Are you giving me shit? I messed up that France looks after the Christians thing, didn't I? France will look after the Christians. Well, that's not what you said earlier, boy. Oh, sorry. Can't remember what I said earlier. It's fucking ages ago.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to to Mr. President.
Right, exclamation mark. A chess piece. Oh, a pawn. Exclamation mark. Oh, there we go. Conviction. Logic.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
George, I was banking on your surprise. The more Gregory thinks I'm weakened, the broader my scope of action will be.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
1 step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can it be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence, so I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
Go on.
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Signor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Signor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And
Thank you, my boy.
Get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Big day. Right. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have a wee and a cup of tea, and I'll come back. Yeah, pretty good. I'm enjoying it. See where it goes. I won't be long. Could be like 15, 20 minutes. What time is it? Right, it's 10 to, so maybe 10 past. Something like that. Quarter past. Yeah? Yeah. Alright. I enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one. Goodbye.